This is the State Farm Postgame Show.
And welcome back inside Studio 43 and the State Farm Postgame Show. A reminder, up next, riders face danger and difficulty. That in a contest of strength, balance, and endurance at the PBR Camping World Team Series. That's in Greensboro. Again, that's coming up next right here on CBS. Hello again, everyone. A full house here in the studio as we get you caught up on the highlights.
Yeah, the first highlight of the day is the LA Chargers going to Pittsburgh, and Jim Harbaugh, get your quarterback fired up. A little front hitting, a little back hitting. Yeah, I'm ready to go, Coach. Yeah, he's going to find there Quentin Johnson right here in the left side of the field right there. 27 yards, early lead for the Chargers. They're right here in the third quarter. He gets sacked by Landon Roberts. Cam Hayward's going to roll up on that ankle. He's going to leave 2 plays later and turn it over to Taylor Heineke. You can see him on the sideline. And really, the Justin Fields, what a day he had. He's going to find right here Calvin Austin over the middle, taking it 55 yards for the touchdown. Justin Fields on the day, 25 to 32, 245 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Big day for him. Big day for the defense as they had 5 sacks and held the Chargers in the second half to -5 yards.
A big day indeed, Bill, for Justin Fields as he continues to solidify his position there at quarterback. After the game, it was Tracy Wolfson talking with Justin Fields.
Justin, when I spoke to Coach at halftime, he said he challenged you guys to put up more points, to get more yardage, to run the ball. Specifically you put over 200 yards in that second half. What was that message?
I think it was just, us coming out. Coach T, he challenged us at halftime, just like you said, and the offense and defense showed up in the second half. So just proud of everyone for executing.
For you, I can just tell you're playing with more confidence. You're feeling comfortable every game. How would you describe that confidence you're playing with right now?
Just like you said, I'm confident. God has given me the ability to come out here and play ball, so just playing with his strength. So feeling great.
Tony Romo said the Chargers got Pittsburghed. Now, I think that defines your defense. What's it like having them on your side?
I mean, they're great. They're getting the crowd going with the sacks and the big stop. So, it's always great for our team to have a great defense like that. So
enjoy the win.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
That's impressive stuff from Justin Fields today. We talked a little bit about it in the pregame, him kind of managing the first 2 football games. Today, that wasn't the case. He went out there, he made plays in the passing game to cause them to win. The other thing I look at is just the growth and maturity of him, right? That looks like a man who knows he's comfortable in his own skin. Maybe that change of location that we talked about, change of scenery for him, what he has gone through up until this point, I think gives them a different dynamic. And they talked about getting Pittsburgh. It looks like some of those Pittsburgh teams you were part of with Slash kind of out there running around and making plays with his legs. But it was impressive to me, the offense. But the defense, Pittsburgh's defense going against this Chargers offense, they played lights out.
Yeah, it's that old school Pittsburgh style when you play good defense and then you put a couple points up on the board. But like you said, Justin Fields wasn't just playing good enough to win a game with their defense. He was playing very good football today. He was playing like a guy who doesn't want to let that starting position go, and it certainly looks like he might not moving forward.
Yeah, and when you look at the numbers, 25 for 32, 245 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. I'm not going to beat down a quarterback if he makes a mistake. I'd rather him play loose and make a mistake if it happens during the game. But we came out at halftime, we talked about the rushing attack, and it was a handful of rushing yards for each rusher. And we said he has to have a run game in order to open up the pass game. And they finished with over 100 yards, which means they got the running game going. We saw Najee Harris get going, Cordell Patterson, who we love making plays. And that allowed Justin Fields to see the field a little bit better, defense to actually back up and create space. And that's when we saw Austin cut across the middle and then take it to the house. I mean, this is going to be a tough team to beat. 1, if Justin Fields keeps playing with this confidence, and 2, they can run the ball convincingly every week.
You always talk about complementary football, and sometimes you need complementary play callers. I just think in the past this offense has not had an identity. They always had a defense. What you have right now with Arthur Smith is an offense that's got an identity, and also an offense that's all of a sudden starting to feel itself and growing week to week. There's a newness to it. Kirk Cousins said this right after the game when they came back and beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Guys, there's a newness to this offense. I'm trying to feel out the idiosyncrasies of this thing. So I feel like Justin Fields is getting more comfortable each time. They're giving a little bit more. The ball's going down the field, and they're complementary playing with that defense and the running game.
You know what, Coach? You make a good point because we came into the season not knowing who the quarterback was going to be. And after week one, you had everybody whispering, including Steelers fans, saying, who is this offense? What are they going to be? What's their identity? And we have to relax. Even as football players, we forget. It takes time to find out who you are becoming.
Right.
And, Coach, you're right. If they continue to trend in the right direction, this could get pretty dangerous for that division.
I mentioned to Bill about Mike Tomlin at halftime. It was like there was no worry, like, hey, this is our style of game. Defense was the name of the game today as well, too, JJ.
As kind of per usual up there in Pittsburgh, you know, LA Chargers came in today and they were the leading rushers. They had J.K. Dobbins. They held him to 44 yards. They were 3 of 11 on third downs. Bunch of sacks. Nick Herbig, strip sack right here. Badger flying off the edge. Here's TJ getting double teamed. So coming up the middle, we got another sack. Everybody coming, and that was the one, obviously, where Justin Herbert got hurt. TJ making his way around Joe Alt on the edge for his sack right after they played Renegade. I mean, that's what they do in Pittsburgh. You play Renegade, you get sacks, you play good defense. -5 yards in the second half. That's an unbelievable.
I was so happy for you. Because, you know, you got into his space before the game. And I was concerned that he would never let you back into that space again.
Me too.
But, yeah, I know.
But he had a good game.
He had a good game.
Defense played well. He got a sack, so I'm good. I'm happy.
Take a look at this graphic, Nate.
Oh, okay. Through 107 career games, we have our guy, J.J. Watt at 94. TJ, the little big bro, 99 and a half.
I have long said, if he stays healthy, he's going to surpass every single record I've ever set, and I still very firmly believe that. The kid's incredible.
You were pretty incredible yourself.
No question about it, no doubt.
You actually you were not incredible. You were kind of a pain in the ass.
I should stop talking so nice about him. He was a little bit of a pain in the ass to me in the interview before. So
Hey, but you know what? I haven't seen him run any routes and catch any touchdowns.
Hey.
I mean,
not everybody knows how hard that is.
That's
right?
right.
Go ahead, Matt.
I think Arthur Smith has that in the plans coming down. He loves nothing more than to get the big fellas involved. But to me, it's the depth of the defense too, right? You mentioned Herbig coming off the other edge, right? You've got 3, 4, 5 different pass rushers who can get home, and they don't have to blitz all that much, right? They can get home with 4. So as a defensive coordinator, that's kind of the holy grail of defense, right? Rush 4, get after the passer, and be able to stuff the run game with 4.
Yeah.
And I thought I had a lot of records on Mike, and I thought one of the records I had was the fastest game to 2000. I saw in 2005 we played the Titans. We won 34-7. The game took 2 hours and 35 minutes. This game today was 2 hours and 33 minutes. So, Mike, kudos.
They're on their way to Permane Brothers real quick out the door.
You know, for those who may not have been around when JJ interviewed his brother during the pregame show, his brother was teasing, saying, it's all about you, but I've never seen. JJ is always talking about his brother, and I love that. Talk about, again, you mentioned a defensive stat in the first half. Let's take a look again at the defensive number.
Oh, yeah. I mean, -5 yards total in the second half. That's literally insane. We have 0 points allowed, -5 total yards, and 5 sacks. Here's TJ and Mike Tomlin talking about that performance.
We better respond that way. You know, there's a nakedness in this business at this level. There's nowhere to hide. When you got a challenge like that walking in your venue, you better fight. We're the #1 rusher and rushing team coming into our building. And so let's be real clear. They got to fight. They don't have a choice.
This week was 2 trains on the track. I mean, 2 top defenses coming in. We know they love to run the ball. We love stopping the run. And haven't looked at the film yet, but it seems like we outperformed today. But that's a hell of a football team, and it means nothing if we don't get back in the lab and learn from all this and keep going.
You know, we tease about Matt also coaching the flag football. There's no comments like those of Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to my flag team and tell them there's a nakedness out there in the flag football league, right? There's nowhere to hide. You got to go out there and perform. But to me, what's cool is the players are buying in, right? And they have for a long time with Mike T. But you hear TJ's comments afterwards, right? About, you know, getting that train, getting back to work, going and figuring it out moving forward. These guys are not happy with what they've done. You know, 3 games in, you're 3-0, it's great. They're looking for what's next. And I think that starts with Mike, and you can feel that as they play, that energy, that seriousness, that level of just going out there and trying to impose your will. And it shows. It shows in the way that they play.
Yeah, and you know, we joke about the Tomlinisms because he gives them to us in bunches. But for him to say there's a nakedness, I can appreciate that. Because when a coach is honest with the team and he tells you exactly who you are, you can't hide from it. You wake up every day either trying to build on your strengths or minimizing your weaknesses. And the best thing about knowing your weaknesses is that you walk into a game understanding your opponent knows them as well, and they're ready to expose them. So it's either you go out there and get the win, or you get embarrassed on national TV.
And you know who you are. You know who you are. You know what your identity is. You know what you're all about. And you know what? It kind of simplifies and clarifies the goal each week.
Yeah,
that's true confidence, right? It's true confidence. And Mike exudes that.
Yeah. You know, Bill, and I forget the name of the player he was talking with who was wondering about why he wasn't getting more carries, and Mike called him out into the hall and pointed all the trophies. He said, all those trophies have a name Pittsburgh on it. You know? That's what it takes. Hey, folks, the State Farm Postgame Show continues after this. Instant update, Coach.
Yeah, we got San Francisco scoring first. Brock Purdy's going to find Jawan Jennings right here from 13 yards out. No McCaffrey, no Deebo Samuel, no problem. 7-0 San Francisco.
Coach, I see your instant update. I raise you an instant.
Oh, okay.
I have a touchdown down in Arizona. We've got Detroit. David Montgomery, 1-yard touchdown to put the Lions up 7-0 down in Arizona early.
You know what? I can't believe anybody's actually questioning whether or not Dan Campbell is a tough guy. Now, are you kidding me? Please, we're already into it. Anyway, we keep moving. Go ahead.
We got some highlights for you, JB, up from Minnesota, where Sam Darnold started out 2-0 on the year, looking to make it 3-0, and I'm not going to bury the lead. He did it pretty easily today. Opened up with a touchdown to Justin Jefferson, who is wide open, which is never a good thing. Put them up 7-0, and then he finds Aaron Jones, who takes it in 8 yards, the beautiful little flip over the top. Then he rifles a 2-yard touchdown pass to Johnny Munt for his 4th passing touchdown of the day. Sam Darnold's first career game with 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He seems to have found something that works, and I have a feeling that something might be Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson.
Ooh. And as we heard, Sam Darnold liked the work ethic that he saw of Brock Purdy after the game. Talk about Coach Kevin O'Connell feeling it. You judge for yourself.
Aaron Jones, 19 carries, 102 yards.
I still caught it. Straight.
And the last one right here. All right. 17-28, 181, 4 touchdowns, and it wasn't even close. Make no mistake about it. It was not close. Who led their team today and who made the plays he had to make, leaning on him all year long, Sammy Darnold.
I tell you, Kevin O'Connell, I talked about being a quarterback whisperer. You look what he's done with Sam Darnold. We remember saw what he did last year when Josh Dobbs came in there late in the season off the street in 1 week and they won a game. So this is a very quarterback-friendly offense right now, and he's got these guys rolling. And like I said before, Brian Flores on the other side. You talk about a guy that should get a second chance as a head coach. I believe he should, because what he's done with that defense up there, he's got those guys humming.
Yeah, just for a moment, let's forget about the season, the X's and O's. Let's forget about, us analyzing this game. Good for you, Sam Darnold.
Yeah. No question.
He has been lit up since he's been in the league. Mm-hmm. He's had everything said about him, from him being a bust, not being emotionally stable, seeing ghosts, all of these jokes that he had to deal with, plus trying to battle being a professional quarterback in the NFL while dealing with the media market here in New York. And now he is leading his team. They are 3-0, and he's playing some great football. So as much as he is criticized out there, I want to be the guy on TV to say, one hell of a job, keep it going for as long as you can. Great for him.
You said he's playing great. Let's put this in some context.
Okay?
He is the 5th QB in the last 25 years to start 3-0, throw 8 touchdown passes in the first 3 starts with a new team. 2 of those previous 4 went to the Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford with the Rams, Kurt Warner with the Rams. He's in pretty good company.
No doubt.
This isn't, this isn't like just a decent start. This is a historic start for a new football team. And so, to me, hats off to him. He has grinded through the first 5 years of his career, 6 years of his career, and found a legitimate home in Minnesota.
And not only that, their defense played extremely well today, too. Against a very tough Houston offense, the Vikings defense stepped up to the plate all day long. Brian Flores, we talked about it, knows what he's doing out there. A little tip, pick, right, going right back down the field. We had Jonathan Grenard had 3 sacks today against his former team. So don't think it wasn't a little bit of a get-back game for him. I think,
Oh, it's personal.
A little 3-piece for him. So all day long. But what I will say, is this Texans offense had 11 penalties today. They put themselves in tough situations all day, and that's part of the reason they go 4 for 13 on third down, because you can't put yourself behind the sticks consistently. And they've done that now 2 weeks in a row. I think they had 13 penalties last week, 11 penalties this week. That's something you got to get under control.
Nate nicely said. I'll talk about that later. Coach!
Green Bay went down there, and this is Jordan Love warming up earlier in the day, but he will not play, but he's getting close. Don't worry, Malik Willis will take over. He scrambles there from the right side, 5 yards out. And Jair and Alexander is going to just read the quarterback. There he is, Will Levis, another pick six, second of the year for him. He takes it 35 yards. Then Emmanuel Wilson will take this. Malik Wilson, short pass, do easy screen. I'll tell you, they do a great job. Matt LaFleur does it with that offense. And Emmanuel takes it 30 yards, end zone, his first NFL touchdown. Malik Willis on a day, 13-19, 202 yards. And he also had 73 yards rushing. So big day for the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned it. You know, Matt LaFleur. We saw Jordan Love warming up. In the 2 weeks they're out, he misses 2 weeks, they're 2-0. Pretty impressive.
No doubt about it. All right, we have the Bears and the Colts. Going to the fourth quarter, Caleb Williams dropping back. He's looking for a doomsday. He gets it. Toe drag swag. First touchdown for both those guys. The Spider-Man meme. Who gets it? You, me, you, me. I guess it's the first overall pick that will get it. And Caleb dropping back later in the fourth, and it is a strip sack. Latu gets it, and Grover Stewart jumps on it. They get the ball at 16-yard line, and then who do you give it to? Go ahead and give it to Jonathan Taylor. He beasts on in. He was a big-time playmaker for this Colts offense, and that was the reason why they were able to win despite the 2 interceptions by Anthony Richardson. Colts win this one 21-16.
And you see the numbers there by Jonathan Taylor after the game. It was A.J. Ross talking with the running back.
Colts running back Jonathan Taylor, your second consecutive 100-yard game, 2 touchdowns on the day. Trey Sermon got a nice push in the end zone, too. It's early in the season, but how would you describe the development and potential of this offense?
I think we've been stringing a lot of good plays together. Still room to grow, but I just think as we continue each and every single week to build upon the previous week, we can be special. And I think you guys saw it here today that we could play a complete team game.
Well, Jalen Jones had 2 huge interceptions. Leatu Latu with that huge forced fumble. Talk about those guys on that side of the ball and the statement they made today.
It's just so much easier on offense when you know, like, okay, we got a quick rest. The defense is about to go 3 and out. They're about to get us the ball back. We're going to have another opportunity. And when you're a high-powered offense and you have multiple opportunities, there's a lot of special things that you can do.
And your coach, Shane Steichen, said you just needed one to get rolling. How much momentum does this give you going into the next game against the Steelers?
It's a lot. Especially being able to get it started at home and then being able to just continue moving forward. I think this was a great opportunity for us, like I said, to get it rolling, and we just got to build on it.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well, he talked about it just getting one, right? And that's what the Indianapolis Colts needed to do today. You look at where this AFC South with Houston going down today is what's that going to look like at the end of the week? We got Jacksonville playing, later on. So they're keeping themselves within, chasing distance, not too far away, whatever. But they've got to find a way to be more effective in the pass game, too, right? They ran the ball pretty effectively. Anthony Richardson has to be a little bit more consistent in the passing game, but his ability to run at the end of the game was awesome.
Yeah. When you look at the Bears, I think you guys talked about this at halftime. He had 27 pass attempts at halftime. He finished the game with 52 pass attempts. That's not going to be a successful plan of action for the Chicago Bears.
He's averaged 39 attempts in his first 3 games. He's been sacked 13 times. This is not sustainable.
Yeah, especially for a rookie who's still processing all of these different looks that he's going to continue to get on a weekly basis. You got to simplify the game plan for him.
Just tagging on what Nate had to say, I'm thinking about the poem by Theodore Roosevelt called The Man in the Arena. It's not the critic who counts, but the man, the players in the arena. And half these folks have never even picked up, I was going to say, a jockstrap. Anyway, there's more to come on the Postgame Show after this.
Let's bring it home. Let's bring it home. Let's bring it home.
Saturday at 3:30 Eastern, folks. It's big time on CBS when we head out west. As number 13 USC hosts who? Wisconsin, JJ. Hey, folks, we'll get you set for kickoff 3 Eastern with State Farm College football today. That's Saturday on CBS, streaming on Paramount+. Instant update, JJ.
I do have an instant update for you, JB. We have got the Baltimore Ravens down in Dallas wearing the all-purple looking like Prince, and Lamar Jackson is going to dance his way into the end zone. Easy lemon squeezy touchdown. 7-0. Ravens on top.
All right, we have Geno Smith looking for who else? DK Metcalf. He goes over the top. Actually, it was a sluggo. A little slant, go, safety, bid, and DK does the rest. Right now, it is the Seattle Seahawks 17-3 over the Dolphins.
All right, let's go down to New Orleans, where earlier the Eagles, Saquon Barkley, how was he going to respond after that Monday Night Football game with the drop on the critical third down? I say he answered, okay? He went for 17 for 147, two touchdowns, the long one right there. Derek Carr then having them fight back. He's going to find Chris Olave right in the corner. Toe drag swag.
Toe drag swag.
Side.
That's right.
Very nice from Chris Olave. But, hey, one more time, Saquon Barkley right up the middle. Power. The Eagles get a hard-fought win down on the road, down there in New Orleans, just what they needed at this point of the season.
All right, we have the Broncos in Tampa up against the Buccaneers. All right, we have Coach Sean Payton. He gave his rookie Bo Nix a vote of confidence. The last couple of weeks have been rough, 4 interceptions. But Bo Nix, he did his thing. Say, you know what? I'm athletic. I'm going to just keep it myself. He runs on in for the 3-yard TD. Bo Nix is feeling it. Here, he's going to give it up, and Jaleel McLaughlin, with the and one mixtape. My God, son, with the crossover. That was a TD, making a guy miss the good way. But here, now you got Bo Nix also making someone miss, a little pump fake, gets going upfield, really showing all of the athletic ability that he possesses. He had himself a day. And it was the Denver Broncos, maybe the biggest upset of the day over the Buccaneers, who were rolling the first couple of weeks. They win this one 26-7.
Well, out in Cleveland, the Giants, how are they going to respond? Big upset, right? Deshaun Watson right here going up top to Amari Cooper on the sideline. Beautiful ball, beautiful catch right on the sideline. But Daniel Jones going to come back and find Malik Neighbors in the corner of the end zone. Beautiful. Vertical, go up and get it. He had a day, Malik Neighbors. He's going to come back, fake to the corner at the beginning, goes to the middle. Beautiful touchdown right over the middle. And then it was the Giants holding on in the second half, finding a way to get the job done on the road. Beware of these 0-2 teams, man. They're desperate, and they went out there and got the job done today.
Doesn't matter that JJ's just flying back here from England. Instant update.
I do have an instant update, and guys, I think kickers might be getting a little too good. This is incredible. 65 yards for Brandon Aubrey with ease.
What's going on?
With ease. A little bit of room to spare for Brandon
that was
Aubrey.
punt territory.
What is going on? 65 yards easy. 7-3.
You thought that was what now, Jim?
Punt territory. Back in the day,
Unbelievable.
The feet are good.
That's right.
Hey, folks, we're going to step aside, and the State Farm postgame show will continue. Hey, folks, next week, another NFL on CBS doubleheader, including early action at Lambeau between the Vikings and the Packers. Later, a key AFC West matchup featuring Justin Herbert and the Chargers facing Mahomes and the Chiefs. That's CBS Sports Sunday. It all begins right here at noon with the NFL Today on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. Matt, update.
Instant update. Let's go. Andy Dalton replacing Bryce Young this week. And what has he done so far? 2 touchdowns. Finds Deontay Johnson right here for a second. 10 of 13, 124 yards, 2 touchdowns. Pretty good for Andy Dalton right now.
Still no time from the handsome one. We go right to Jonathan Jones.
I appreciate that, JB. You did such a good job with that promo read. Justin Herbert and the L.A. Chargers. We'll see if it will be Justin Herbert for the Chargers next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. We have Herbert, who left the stadium in a walking boot. He re-aggravated that high ankle sprain. He couldn't really move. Harbaugh said after the game that the first limp that I saw, we were pulling him. He knew it. The coach knew it. We will see if he's going to be able to play next week. Meanwhile, we have Will Levis, who Brian Callahan, the head coach of the Tennessee Titans, said, even though the 2 interceptions, the 0-3 start, I'm sticking with him. And then lastly, Myles Garrett had a foot injury. He's going to get an MRI. Won't be stunned if he has to ultimately miss a game, but we'll find out more from the MRI, JB.
Jonathan, as usual, with the latest. All right, folks, we will step aside for a quick timeout, but more of the State Farm postgame show will continue right after this.
This is the State Farm postgame show.
And welcome back to the Studio 43 and the State Farm postgame show tonight on CBS. It begins with 60 Minutes and an investigation into America's fentanyl crisis. Then it's the premiere sneak peek of the new CBS original series, Matlock, starring Kathy Bates. That'll be followed by a new Big Brother plus Tracker. That's all coming up tonight on CBS. And a new segment entitled, What
Nate's not so normal plays. So let's get right to it. We have some good ones, man. This is going to be the highlights that are fun, a little wacky, and some really good ones, too. All right, now we have Will Levis. I have a question for you. Will Levis levitate? And the answer is no. Stay on the ground, young fella. He tries to go up, and he gets slammed right back down. All right, here, but we got Bo Nix with the tricks. They say tricks are for kids, but apparently they're for defenses, too, because he rolls out, hits him with a pump fake. Everybody stops, pauses, and gives him a little bit of space to do his thing. Bo Nix is finally getting into his Bo bag. All right, at number 2, we're going to have Justin Fields throwing this over the middle. The ball pops up off of Cordero Patterson. A little ping pong, hot potato. Then finally, intercepted by the Chargers. That's why they always say to defenders, keep your eye on the ball. Right place, right time. You know who else is in the right place at the right time? Malik Neighbors. Yeah, welcome to Malik's neighborhood. Right here, he mosses the wide receiver, snatches over top of his head. Here, up and around, a pirouette, a little toe drag swag, and then back of the end zone. Malik Neighbors did his thing today, and shout out to that wide receiver making a splash already.
Not only Calvin Johnson, but your boy gets a little bit of pub, too. That
Randy Moss.
Absolutely. Final thoughts.
I'm going to go Green Bay. The Green Bay Packers and Matt LaFleur. Without Jordan Love for 2 weeks in a row, they go 2-0. And we saw Love warming up earlier in the pregame show. So, to me, credit to Matt LaFleur getting the win.
I'm giving love to the Minnesota Vikings. I think it's incredible 3-0 start, the way they're doing it. Phenomenal job up there.
Yeah, shout out to Sam Darnold, man. He's really doing his thing.
And these are good games despite their low scoring. So get used to it, people. Enjoy good defense.
Bill says there's something artistic about defense and slugfest indeed.
Okay.
Bill, we agree. Hey, folks, that does it for us. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week right here on CBS.
This is the one who keeps it moving. He stocks the right parts and knows just his
station.
Because this is about more than business. The industrial grade products you need. Call, click, or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
CBS Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.